Oh yes, legends, we are live. Yes. Let's go right away through the price of Bitcoin. We are getting a little bit of a bounce right now. We are going to be going through the comment section, saying hello to the beautiful community. But today, most importantly, that altcoin recovery, right? What a flat did we get? We got 30%, even a 40% dip on a lot of the altcoins. And today, we need to discuss the trading plan that we were mentioning throughout yesterday's stream, guys. Very important, muy importante. We are going to be going through those altcoins, of course, and your favorite altcoin as well. There is some important news today. Rate. This is coming out from now, guys. So is this going to bring some volatility in the market? I do think so. Is it going to be higher than expected, lower than expected? We'll be checking out that volatility because we'll be live. But most importantly, trying to know what the price of Bitcoin is doing. We still understand that we are very much for the next coming high tonight with a massive blow level to level. In this live stream, the major levels that we need to take into consideration for Bitcoin, okay? Now, we are, as you can see, and I'll be going through a little bit that we do have above this point of control. So slightly, guys, let me know if we all good here. It seems like it is a bit laggy. I'm not sure what's got too many tabs open. Let me know if you can hear me, if you can see me. I'm in the other studio today, so let me know right away. Is it a bit laggy? We're gonna go through the comment section, shove the like button. If the stream is going to be laggy, I'm going to refresh and I'll be going live again, okay? I've got an important live stream for you today. Knowing exactly why did we bounce, what are the scenarios that could happen here for Bitcoin, and going through the altcoins, all right, that were mentioned yesterday. The trading plan that we do have for the next coming weeks, guys. I got a good one. We are getting those fat bounces already, okay? The fat bounces are happening, right? We are hitting certain Fibonacci levels that are very important based on Elliot wave analysis, talking about these altcoins should bottom out here, testing the low or not testing the low. XRP did test the lows. Gala did test the local lows and got an epic bounce. They kind of formed a double bottom. This was a plan that was mentioned yesterday, legends. Whoever was paying attention did get into some trades and is in the green today. However, is it over for Bitcoin? Will Bitcoin surprise us, get a bit of resistance, and start getting a major drop? Okay, we're going to be going through the altcoins, of course, because I mentioned throughout yesterday's stream, it is bump and run season. It is bump and run season, legends, where we could be seeing this kind of pattern throughout multiple altcoins, okay? Some of them are already popping out from a lower high resistance of the last few days, and they are looking pretty strong. However, we could have that pullback, retest the neckline, retest the resistance that should flip into support in the next coming days. Of course, taking into consideration the price of Bitcoin, most importantly, because Bitcoin is moving up quite nicely and there is a lot of resistance here just below $100,000. Even at the $100,000 range, okay, there is a lot of resistance that we need to talk about, okay? And what are the different scenarios that could happen here for the price of Bitcoin as well? News lagging like this, guys, I'm going to have to refresh and do another live stream, okay? Not to worry. Let me know if it is a little bit laggy, okay? Screen lags. Yes, it is. It is lagging ever so slightly. Let me know right away. Nikolai, how are you doing? Legends of the Deep Sub. Neat. Ned, how are you doing? Good morning. Frank, how are you doing? Pac-Man, Harry, Andrea Gambino, let's go, legends. We got a good one, legends. We getting ready. We are getting ready. Computer is lagging ever so slightly. Need to start closing some tabs. Don't know what the heck is going on today. Let's go right away. Legends only, says Yannick. Quickly go through the comment section, then I'm going to try and do the Bitcoin. But if I need to refresh, close everything down, and go live again in the next 10 minutes, I will, because I want this to go as smooth as possible. It's been a long time since computer hasn't been lagging, guys. It is lagging ever so slightly today. I'm not sure what is going on, but it probably got too many things open. Now, give us the TA, says the Godfather. Absolutely. Legend End. Laza, how are you doing? Aditya is here, my man himself. Pac-Man, moderators giving the power. Or Ram, Tom, it is stuck. Yes, it is. Stream is terribly laggy. Yes, it is. I know, guys. Check out TMI, says Justin. We can take a look at some altcoins later on, guys. Let me know. How are you doing? I'm doing great. We're going to wait for some live stream. Matthew's studio. Yes, it is. I'm in the studio from Mattia. Okay, this is the studio that we do have in the marina. I come here once in a while, okay? And just to change a little bit, all right? Today, internet not working in Dubai. It seems like so, okay? A little bit laggy here for the stream. Let's see if it does. It's a bit smooth now. Let's see. I know Tradingview. I don't think it's the computer. I got the most epic computer with GPU power. Probably is the internet, but overall we're going to try and go through the analysis. If I do have any problems, guys, I will shut down and do a live stream straight away because it's important today, guys. It is very important to understand this dip that's happened throughout some altcoins. We're getting some epic bounces from the levels that were mentioned yesterday, guys. All right, there was a couple of plans here. Start looking for those long positions, low leverage. Don't go too crazy. The price of the altcoin market should be bouncing quite nicely with or without testing the lows from the dip. When we do take a look at Kadena is popping out, guys. It's popping out. Whoever was paying attention on yesterday's stream, we were talking about the possibility that we are in bump and run season, guys. It is bump and run season. Never mind altcoin season. It's bump and run season. We got the bump phase liquidating over $1 billion in the crypto market of long liquidations. This is what we want to see. This is a healthy correction. You might think a healthy correction, 30%, 40% dip in the last few days for many altcoins. This is healthy. Yes, welcome to the crypto space. If you are new, this is the kind of dip, the kind of crash, right? Imagine a 40% dip in the stock market. Now that is a very severe black swan event. In crypto, it is just a walk in the park, right? We do get these dips. Everybody gets fearful. Oh my goodness, we should be going lower. Matter of fact, on Twitter, we were starting to see a lot of characters coming out saying that we're going to go down to 80K, 89K, and all of that FUD as we get the dip. Hey, the dip happened already. You want to be ready to look for some long positions, start getting positioned, all right? Because you do not want to become over bullish when we are uptrending for many weeks, guys. This crash is the opportunity crash. It is a dip inside of the bull market. Cannot stress that enough. We can see that sign throughout multiple altcoins. Look at Kadena, guys. When you do take a look at this pattern that we were talking about yesterday, it's bump and run season. Now, of course, this bump and run, if you really want to catch the lows, right, there's a couple of strategies that you can apply throughout this, right, which is looking for the local double bottom. Are we going to retest the bottom of the lows, right, that were created, or are we going to get a V-shaped recovery? Most of them did come very close to the lows, all right, that we did have from that little flash crash, right, that we did have very early morning on Monday, or late night Monday, early morning Tuesday, sorry. So we did get kind of a double bottom, right? Some altcoins such as Gala did test the lows, right? Gala did test the lows. Kadena almost tested the lows. Some of them created an ever so slightly higher low, but this was the kind of scenario that we were getting ready for. Hey guys, we either start V-shaping with a higher low here, breaking out the trend, or we test the lows, right? You don't want to put some stop losses here. You want to get into a small position, just being aware that if you do all of these high leverage long positions that we're getting into the dead cat bounce, probably got ever so slightly squeezed out. The ones that are using more than 10, 20x leverage, starting to sweat here ever so slightly. The ones that are risking more than 5% of their capital on each single trade, you want to scale in ever so slightly here with a small percentage, 0.5, 1%. Be ready to add to the position if you do get that double bottom before the breakout. So are you positioned into some altcoins? All right. And now the question is, will we pull back in the next coming days, potentially test those lows, right? Do this kind of classic movement down before we continue to the upside. This is something that we need to discuss in today's live stream. Kadena, epic bounce on Kadena throughout the last 24 hours, already getting a 30% pump. Just Kadena. A lot of them are pumping quite nicely. So we are ready. Can you please take a look at 𝗬𝗍 says Singularity X? Yes, we can do so, guys. Make sure I'll get 𝗬𝗍 ready here. All right, I will get 𝗬𝗍 ready. I've got several charts that I want to discuss. Also the high cap coins, all right, the ones that, hey, we know that these ones are going to recover at some point. We want to be ready, legends. We want to be ready, and I have a few of them. Of course, I cannot bring 30 altcoins on the stream, right? Look at this one, look at this one, look at the other one. We got 3-4 altcoins that I want to discuss, right? Based on the pure technical analysis. I've been doing the analysis on these ones for the last couple of days, just to understand that that bounce is highly, highly likely. Most importantly, going through Bitcoin. Bitcoin could be ready for a small little rejection. We've been talking about this throughout the last few days, that Bitcoin is going to be ranging. It's going to be ranging. We're going to get test of some lows. We're going to test some resistance levels. We're going to just reject a few $1,000s. We're going to bounce a few $1,000s. This is likely to continue. It is likely to continue. Okay, we're going to count a little bit of the waves, a little bit of the timing, the internal levels of resistance and support that we have, and explain the main reason why that we should be ranging still, right? Despite all of those people that you follow on Twitter that are saying that we're going down to 80K and all of that nonsense, we are here to do the pure technical analysis and make you understand, right, since the last, almost a week now, right, since Friday's pump, that we are going to be ranging here for the next coming days. And there is a very simple explanation behind this, right, based on Elliot wave theory, where we have formed a 3-wave structure to the downside and a 3-wave move here to the upside. Meaning that this movement to the downside does not look impulsive. We are not going to extreme lower levels such as filling the gap of 70K. Stop with that nonsense right away. We're here to do the technical analysis and make you understand the highest probability moves. So forget about 70K, forget about 120K. We're going to be ranging still for the next coming days. The reason why we're not moving lower, we got a zigzag here, we got a 3-wave structure, very common for a corrective structure. Corrective structures are formed by 3 waves, and the reason why we're not going lower is because of this dead cat bounce that we had on Friday, going terribly too far away up, right? Meaning that this is not a, a wave 4, 1, 2, 3, 4 right there. No, you're overlapping the first wave. It's got too high. Of course not. It is not going to go to extreme low levels just yet, right, for the next coming days. This movement to the upside does not look impulsive. It's a 3-wave structure. What you want to see here is, of course, a 1 wave, a 2, a 3, right, the 4, 5, and then you can have a nice impulsive structure to get that continuation to the upside, smash all-time high and go to $120,000, right? But that was not the case. We formed a 3-wave here and a 3-wave here, meaning that we are going to be ranging and we will be forming a very complex corrective structure in a WXY where you have triangles, zigzags, and flats and all sorts, right? Where we just need to go with the levels of confluence till proven otherwise, till we actually get a breakout or a breakdown. So we'll be going through the levels, guys, very shortly. Just going to say hello again. Microsoft secretly buying Bitcoin. Well, there is that news that came out, right? Microsoft shareholders vote against Bitcoin investment proposal. Yeah. So in the end, Microsoft shareholders did vote for no, not to get Bitcoin in their reserves. They'll end up regretting, of course, in the next coming years, maybe not the short term, because we might be getting some dips. Overall, turbo analysis, near analysis. Hi, Andy, my man. Danny, how are you doing? Vanilla, how are you? Anime, Crypto Joe, what's going on? Let's take a look at Tezos. Classic Whale, let's go. Protagonist, Cheeseburger, my man. Hello, everybody. Who's putting cap letters here? You buy the dip, sell the top. Remember, don't be greedy. Set a target. Take profit on the way, like they say. No one have ever gone broke while taking the profits. Learned it the hard way, says Yomto. Absolutely. Very true, my man. Very, very good words. Long setup, front run from 94,100 area played out perfectly, says Aditya. Well, yeah, we do have the Legends trading community, of course, providing the daily setups, the scenarios, right, that we're looking at here. And yeah, Aiden was providing, possible front run based on the $94,700 range, where we basically forming very aggressive bullish CVD divergence and price getting a bounce. Now, this is not an easy long trading setup, of course. I got into this long trade a little late, but overall, we had some bullish CVD divergence. We were getting supported from the value area low. Most of the times, okay, I would consider the price wicking that low and looking for a, liquidity grab, double bottom scenario. I have to be honest, right? This is mainly where I would look for the trade, get that liquidity grab and then jump on the trade and jump on the recovery. However, as Aiden was providing here in the Legends trading community, this may front run the lows and get the bounce right there as we were getting a massive consolidation. This is massive market absorption. The long traders, the long whales do not want that low to be taken, and they reverse the price, of course. So big absorption based on the amount of shorts that were happening here on the lower time frame yesterday. If you want to join the Legends trading community where you get those daily updates, you do have the modules to learn like a professional trader, going from the basics to more advanced guys. Only one place to be. Link down below is the first link. You get access here to the website and you can join the Discord and get those modules so you can start learning how to fish on your own, right? You don't need anyone, right? Once you have the knowledge. Let's go right away through the comment section, okay? And then we'll dive in, going down now. Yeah, we are hitting a little bit of resistance, I have to say, right? That there is a possibility of a flat structure here, okay? Maybe coming back down to the lows. It would be nice to get a little bit of a movement here to the upside. Really would be nice. There are several scenarios that could happen, right? Throughout the last few days, we've been speculating on the potential of forming like a triangle here, right? A very, very long triangle, since we got that bounce on Friday, right? We could be forming a very large sideways boring triangle. It does look like we could be on the formation of this triangle, right? For the moment, we got those highs. We got that nice bouncing level, okay? Higher lows from the last few days. Hey, maybe this is going to squeeze for the next coming days, all right? Very much possible, right? So it's very speculative, right, to talk about a triangle when you haven't even formed the second wave, right, or the B wave inside of a triangle. But we understood that it was one of the scenarios based on this zigzag and this zigzag right over here. So one of the scenarios was speculating on, hey, we might be ranging here and forming a triangle, okay, in a very complex WXY. Now, scenarios, levels of resistance, because I know some people are going to say we're going to drop down. Okay, yeah, without a doubt, we have bounced. We're getting a bit of resistance. It would make sense, even going to higher levels, right, that we could roll back down. Of course, it does make sense. Okay, inside of this structure, all right, we're going to talk about, first of all, the most important levels of resistance that we do have here on the chart. We are struggling at the point of control from the entire range of the last 2 weeks. So, yeah, we are struggling a little bit. Is there a possibility of forming a flat move here, right? Where we do have the dead cat bounce from that, corrective move. I was going to say crash, but corrective move that we had on Monday. We bounced up here. We got the leg down. This already hit the 0.9 Fibonacci, so it's acceptable for a flat. And now we're just testing the highs. Could there be a flat structure right over here? Well, I have to say, yes, it is definitely possible. One of the main reasons why is because we could have formed here an ABC, a three-wave structure. We could have formed here another zigzag right over here. And right over here, we have W, and we have the X move right over here, right? We've got a zigzag, and we're forming a flat, and we're going to come and form a much larger range later on. I mean, this is really getting into extremely, extremely complex movements. There's several scenarios, so I just want to go straight to the point of the resistance zones that if we do hit, we are looking for a rejection. Now, if the price does move here to the upside, I'm going to say it's extremely unlikely that we are going to get a successful breakout. And the main reason why is because of this price action, right? We've got a three-wave move here, and now we're forming this. you know, this doesn't look beautiful on the chart to suddenly gain some steam here. And you know, I don't see this as an ABC. It's just, you know, it would be extremely rare to form an ABC with the C wave not even coming down to hit the A wave. Very, very, very rare. So we need to talk about the most important levels of resistance in this zone. We do have the lower high for that potential triangle. We do have the value area high of this entire range. We know from a big range of the last few weeks, you know, value area high is important, same as value area low. It is very important. This is where the price attempts to break, but has a fake out, right? We did bounce almost $4,000 since yesterday's lows. That is a big move. That's a good trade. So value area low, extremely important. You can wick beneath it. You can have some attempts in breaking it. It's an extremely important level. It's where the highest volume zone, all right, ends, right? After this, there is no volume, meaning that you could get a significant leg to the downside. So if we do get above, we're currently trading above that point of control ever so slightly from the last few weeks. The question is right now, hey, if we get to 99K, if we try and attempt to break 100K, is this zone going to get rejected? I have to say there is an extreme high probability that if we do continue to the upside here, there will not be a successful breakout, okay? The amount of resistance that we do have, the structure doesn't look right for this to be an ending corrective move, right? Would this be an A, B, C right there? And that's the end of it, right? The C wave not going lower. You know, a WXY, has this finished? Has this triangle finished? Do we have a flat structure here, right? Where we could finish that Y? We don't, right? We don't. So it wouldn't make sense here to finish an ABC right over here and then suddenly rocket all the way to all-time highs in the next 1 to 2 days. So any price action above this zone, this is going to be a really crucial zone. I'm going to explain a little bit of a trade plan here that I do have ready that we might hit throughout the stream, right? Let's wait and see. We are uptrending today. So far, so good. A little bit of resistance. Now, these kind of resistance levels, right? You know, I'm going to explain briefly here why I would not be interested in a short from the test of the highs. First of all, we are trading above that point of control. And second of all, we are building up here. The best scenario for a swing failure pattern is to get wicks, get fast price action. If we would have come all the way up here early this morning with this candlestick, very, very quick, boom, and form that wick, then yeah, I would say it's an acceptable short. We want fast moves. I do not want a very solid, you know, higher low, lower time frame building up into the level. It doesn't bring me confidence, right? You're building up here with higher lows very strongly. It could reject from the level, but I'm just not happy in taking that short position just because of the aggressive higher lows that we are forming that could pop out. Now, we do have some news in the next 30 minutes, okay? I will be talking about the resistance levels that we do have on Bitcoin and what if the price does move to the downside. Let's just speculate that the price is going to roll over. I will be explaining why I will be interested in the sweep of these lows. Basically, because we did front run it yesterday, all right? Yesterday, we did front run those lows from the Monday drop, and this is great for a liquidity grab, okay? It is great for a liquidity grab, and it would be an acceptable long position. This is kind of an acceptable short position if you manage risk. I mean, if this does manage to get the resistance, you know, the speculative risk to reward would be relatively good, right? You do have like a 5-6 to 1 risk to reward, right? I haven't counted it really based on your stop loss. So you could really risk a bit of, you know, a few peanuts. I'm not feeling too confident here on this short position just because we're building here higher lows very aggressively. And that we do have this low from Monday. We got a movement up here. We got this higher low, and this could be a 3-wave move. 3-wave moves, of course, when you do have a low and a high, you want that third wave, that C wave, to move pretty aggressively out of the zone, okay? So there is that risk in continuing the triangle here. Not the best short that I would take, but I do realize that you could be forming a flat right over here. and come back down to the lows and then form another structure here. So yeah, there is that potential, right? This is resistance. You are testing the highs of yesterday. You do have the point of control. I would prefer ever so slightly higher levels based on the triangle and based on the larger resistance that we do have here, counting the value area high, counting also a naked point of control, right? We got a nice consolidation here with a high volume node in this area, right? Just slightly below the $100,000. An attempt in breaking out from here would be the ideal scenario to look for the corrective move back down close to the value area lows, targeting at least the golden pocket, right? The 618 Fibonacci, 78 Fibonacci. That would be your take profit zone. If we were to move up here, try and get above value area high, try and get above the naked point of control from this consolidation, right? This would be the area of interest to see the reaction, the rejection, and jump into that short. Preferably even sweeping up this lower high right over here. I mean, that would be ideal. That would be like the perfect wick, getting the resistance, bang. This would be your guideline, right? That lower high that was formed on Monday at $100,400. This would be like the perfect trade. Now, a lot of the times we don't get that perfect trade, but this would be my sweet spot, perfect level, because then we would have a zigzag right over here. Matter of fact, we're going to take a look here at the extension. Muy importante. Extension here, pivot low to the pivot high, then to the pivot low again. It would make sense. It would make sense not reaching the 1.618 extension, but overall hitting the 1236 or the 1382 in this zigzag move, right? Very, very common targets for those zigzags, the 1236, 1382, right? To be the possible target, lower high resistance. You got the point of control here. You got the value area high. Get a little bit of a wick to the upside would be ideal. And this would be our guideline. That would be the guideline. As soon as you reject from that level, looking for that short and looking for another zigzag back down. That would be the ideal trade setup, guys. If you are interested in trading, make sure to check out the links down below in the description. Bybit for me, #1 crypto trading platform. I trade on multiple different platforms, guys. You do have Weeks or Bluffin. Weeks has a great bonus of $20,000, and it's only an email and a password to sign up, guys. Take advantage of Weeks. That is if you cannot trade on Bybit. You know, Weeks has $20,000 deposit bonus, and you can sign up with an email and a password. So this would be a trade that I would be willing to take, all right? This is like the perfect level, right? And it would make sense here to just continue the rage, right? We are trending today. There is a bit of resistance, currently trading above that point of control of the last 2 weeks. I am aware of the flat structure, but I would really want to see a squeeze up, right? Let's get that squeeze up, and let's end up with a proper three-wave structure. We've been moving in three-wave structures for the last week. What do you mean? There's no impulsive moves. We are ranging, so there's no 5-wave impulsive moves to all-time high. There's no 5-wave impulsive moves going down to 80 or 70K. We are going to be ranging for the next coming days. And what we need to understand based on the analysis and the structure of the market is, hey, 3-wave structure right over here, 3-wave structure right over here, a 3-wave structure right over here. Why not form another 3-wave structure right over here, right? So we just packed with 3 waves inside of the range, very common in a triangle, in a, you know, basically a ranging structure that you just form 3 waves and 3 waves and 3 waves all the time, right? Till you actually consolidate and you get squeezed in the triangle and you look for the breakout. So that is the most interesting level. Let's keep it that way, right? Let's just keep it that way. I'm interested in the extension here from this move. I mean, this was pretty extensive, this movement down, but it would be epic. It would be epic to get that zigzag move to the upside and start hitting the strongest levels of resistance here, which is basically lower high resistance trend line. The naked point of control, right, based on this consolidation from the weekend, right? You got a high volume node right there. You got a lower high, preferably we do try and attempt breaking out that lower high, get people extremely bullish. This is it. We're going back to all-time high. Boom, 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 right? And form a bit of a three-wave move back down to basically the lows, right? Close to the value area low. A classic target zone would be the 7-8 Fibonacci in a triangle, okay? 7-8 Fibonacci, 618, I would, already consider taking some profits, but you would be expecting here the 7-8 zone to be hit if we reject successfully from this area. So that is the perfect level, I have to say. This is still very strong resistance. It's the point of control from the entire range of the last 2 weeks. It doesn't look like it's really successfully trying to break through here from those highs of yesterday. Very choppy, not too much steam, no volume. I mean, it's not convincing, right? Some of you might think we're forming an ascending wedge, right? And we're going to break down. Yeah, it's not looking too convincing and too strong, without a doubt. But as I mentioned, I don't like when the price action is building up into a resistance. I like it when the price moves fast to the upside and rejects. But when it builds up for hours, this is like a perfect recipe for pop, right? So this is why I'm not too convinced of this level. The faster the move, the better, right? When you have fast moves, you have fast bounces or fast rejections. That's what I want to see at a resistance level. I want to see a fast move up to the level. So if we move fast here in the next coming hours, very, very fast, yeah, without a doubt, we need to like sniper short that fast move to the upside, because fast moves up means fast rejections, okay? Not building up. When you build up, yeah, it could be a wedgie structure. It can reject, guys, but I'm just not happy in taking this short trade. I'm realizing the resistance, okay, and the ABC flat that could happen here inside of the range, but I'm not liking it. I'm not liking the build-up of this uptrend. Yesterday's super chat wasn't read, says JG. Hey, I really do try my best. I really want to focus on the Bitcoin TA, okay? I'll take a look at Kadena. I've got Kadena here. We did quickly check Kadena yesterday throughout the stream. We did take a look at a few altcoins, and I was explaining the bump and run season, guys, that you can take a look at multiple altcoins. Lots of them will be forming this kind of bump and run pattern. We formed the bump phase. The bump phase was formed on Monday. Tuesday was a bit of a dead cat bounce. Come and retest the lows. Be ready with very good risk management. If you did get into some swing long trades on some altcoins, we can take a look at a few, guys, but the structure is going to be very, very similar to many, okay? I can pull out Kadena, I can pull out ICP, I can pull out Avalanche. They're all moving in a very similar matter, okay? And the bouncing zone was very much explained yesterday. Red box area, possibly testing the lows. For that double bottom, we're looking for a reversal. This has been explained yesterday throughout the bump and run, right? Lower high resistance, right? Once we break out, we're possibly going to get that reversal. Also explained that we are hitting some crucial levels of support based on Fibonacci, right? Based on Elliott wave theory. We can go with Kadena and zoom out ever so slightly, okay? Zoom out ever so slightly. The Kadena got a very, very big bounce throughout the last 24 hours. Wouldn't mind a pullback. We could get a little bit of a pullback, especially if Bitcoin rolls down, okay? Stay cautious. This doesn't mean that we're going to rocket all the way up to the highs now in the next coming days. We could pull back down, form another higher low, or test the lows and then bounce. I will be going through Kadena because it's one of them that I have ready for you here, okay? I will be going through Kadena, even though we talked about yesterday the plan on Kadena, on Avalanche, on ICP, looking for this to be the bottom formation. They all have a very similar analysis structure, and we expect, when altcoins pump, they pump, and when they dump, right? When we rally, most of the altcoins rally. When they dump, most of them dump. So we only need to analyze 2 or 3 to understand basically where we are, right? So we can do 𝗕𝗏 right away, and I'll be explaining several scenarios based on the analysis on 𝗕𝗏, but we need to continue with Bitcoin legends, okay? We do need to continue with Bitcoin because, you know, I have a plan here depending on the reaction of this lower high. We got the triangle, we got a zigzag right over here. You know, this is a high resistance zone. We got a naked point of control just under $100,000. We got that lower high at $100,000 and $400,000. This could get volatile. It could get choppy. Only for experienced trader, the ideal scenario would be that liquidity grab above that lower high. I am realizing that, yeah, we are at resistance, okay? And this could actually turn into a flat. You got the point of control of the entire range. I am aware of this scenario very much. I mean, if you want to take that shot, you can manage your risk very, very well. You know, you don't have to go too crazy with stop loss. I would be a little bit cautious with like adding to shorts if you're having high leverage. This could squeeze up here to above $100,000. If you're using high leverage, you want to be a little bit cautious, and we never know if it's going to break out of nowhere, right? So we really don't know if those levels are going to get a reaction. So I would just maintain risk with stop loss here. I mean, if this does end up rolling down, you got that possible flat scenario, and you're coming back down to test the lows. Now, if you come back down and test the lows from yesterday, I'm very much interested still. I don't see this forming a double zigzag, okay? It's extremely unlikely. It is extremely unlikely, in my opinion, that we're going to form a double zigzag just because of the timing from, you know, this W wave, X wave. The timing on this would be extremely longer, all right, from the first impulsive move down to break down here successfully below $90,000. I don't think that is the kind of movement that we are going to see in between today and tomorrow. And the beauty about this ranging, okay, yeah, if we do drop another $4,000, the altcoins could get a significant dip of 10-15% potentially, okay, if we come back down to test the lows. But if we test the lows here and we do get the reaction and get back above, I would still consider that long position all the way back up to the highs of the range of the last few days. I think we're going to be extremely rangy still for a few more days. So in a nutshell, I would prefer to see the price to get to this zone in between 99,500 and 100,500. That would be the zone of interest for me to get into a scalp short, day trade short position. It might last a couple of days. I am aware of the rejection, the resistance that we do have here, just not happy in taking this short trade. I mean, it could be a hedge to some longs that I have taken. And I would be interested in the reaction on lows right over here, right? Liquidity grab. The fact that we came all the way down to hit the 0.88 Fibonacci, even lower, gives a high probability that this low could be taken. So yeah, this low right over here. So that is something that is very disturbing. You know, this retracement that is pulled back, not to the 618, not to the 78, down, you know, below the 0.88, you know, gives high probability that that low could be taken at some point, which is very disturbing, of course. So yeah, I mean, if this were to be the flat, you know, this is the zone of rejection. This is really the zone of rejection. But I am going to give a chance for the triangle, and I'm going to give a chance that this is going to be a zigzag, right? Because you did form a higher low. I'm going to give it a chance that it can squeeze out. And this will not be looking impulsive. This will not look impulsive at all. This will not be a wave 1 and a wave 2, and this is a wave 3, right? And we're going to break out in that 3, 4, 5, and we're going to all-time highs. The structure of the market it really does not look like it's going to form an impulse from those lows that were created on Monday. It really doesn't. So any movement up here is still going to be completely corrective from this range and has extreme high probability in getting the rejection from this area. Extreme high probability. So, I mean, if we do get that squeeze out and attempt to hit $100,000, I can tell you that the probability of rejecting from this area is something like 80%, right? And not getting a successful breakout above $101,000. you know, it's just extremely unlikely that we're going to get a move up here. So this has to be the interest zone based on the structure. 3-wave, 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 another 3-wave here, another 3-wave down. So it's just the best level. It's the best interesting level to have a short attempt. Will we get that level hit? I don't know. We might roll down from here. I'm just not that happy at this zone. So if we were to roll down, in a nutshell, I am interested in a long position again after sweeping the lows here. I don't see continuation to the downside. I just see the possibility of still ranging here for the next coming days till proven otherwise, right? When I'll be proven otherwise is when we get the breakout. When we get the breakout, then there's no trades to be taken, right? There's no long trades based on reaction, all right? So, I mean, it's really a simple way of thinking, right? It's a really simple way of thinking. Incredible zone is right over here. An incredible zone is right over here. Let's go right away. Simple scalping day trading strategies here. Simple to understand where we at on the chart based on the resistance zones, right? Based on the range, understanding that we're not moving impulsively to the downside, right? Then, you know, I like to enjoy my coffee in the morning and take a look at Twitter and, you know, different perspectives on some analysts out there. And, you know, I enjoy, right? I am open to opinions and different technical analysts, but some are pretty crazy. And I never like to shout out anybody, but some are like, you know, where did you come out with this idea, right? And we have seen Twitter being extremely bearish. I mean, this, you know, I would say it could happen in the next coming days. But, you know, Twitter bearish sentiment has gone through the roof. And this is classic good to just continue ranging, get a bounce, you know, and this range is bullish. This range, you know, despite whatever happens in the next coming days, going in circles, going back and then forward again on the chart, which is never seen in the history, it doesn't matter. There's extreme high probability that we are going to see all-time high, even though if we break down below $90,000. And that has to do with this all-time high 3-wave move down and 3-wave move up in this case. Just because of this movement that we have formed right over here, there is an extreme high probability that all of this is corrective and we should be hitting all-time high again at some point in the next coming weeks, if not days. So understanding that, you realize how there is low probability that we are going to go below $80,000 or $70K or fill that CME gap that we have at $9,000, right? It's understanding the movements and the manipulation and the technical analysis, understanding the charts, right? When you are 7 years taking a look at, you know, any Bitcoin in this case, of my case, every single day for hours, studying how it moves, studying how it moves regarding timing analysis, right? Confluence, Elliot wave, harmonics, understanding how the market moves. You just know that all-time high will be taken out again at some point. So based on this move, you know, I've seen this movie before. And it just suggests that we will be going up to all-time high in the next coming days. So WorldCoin, we did take a look at WorldCoin. XRP Army in the house, let's go. XRP Army is in the house. Can we take a look at ICP? Guys, we've gone through Bitcoin, just the levels of interest to get into a trading setup. We are going to dive into Cadena, ICP, right? I've gone through Cadena. Well, no, I haven't actually. We're going to go through Cadena and we're just going to go and repeat what was mentioned yesterday. Now, your chance to get into some swing longs, preferably at lower levels and not FOMO in on the dead cat bounce, just realizing that we could, you know, test the lows again. Your chance was yesterday, right? Yesterday, I haven't got a live stream from yesterday pulled out here. But if you can go and check it out, right? The main topic of yesterday's stream was bump and run season, guys, right? Bump and run season. You will not see anybody talk about this bump and run season, right? This is something mine that I came to the conclusion that this is what's going to happen in the next coming days. You wouldn't have seen this anywhere throughout any YouTube or Twitter or anything, or the analysis, I'm pretty sure. Anyway, bump and run season. I'm going to explain that. I'm going to explain that also throughout these altcoins. And yesterday was the opportunity as we were coming close to the lows, right? From the flash crash. Lots of them, such as 𝗬𝗫, right? 𝗬𝗫 did go down to test the lows. I mean, I'm not sure what the bounce happened here, and we could not long everything. But 𝗬𝗫, was it 𝗬𝗫 or XRP? 𝗬𝗫 did not, at least on Binance. 𝗬𝗫 did, I did get the alerts, but yeah, XRP potentially. XRP potentially tested the lows. Yeah, XRP was the one that tested the lows. There we go. I don't know why I said 𝗬𝗫. But yeah, based on yesterday's analysis, we did talk about XRP. We did talk about the three-wave structure here on yesterday's stream. And as we got this flash crash and we were streaming when this price action was, I don't know, somewhere around this area. This red box is not here for coincidence. This is like your double bottom, right, reaction zone from the lows to look for that long position, you know, potential breakout. Now that we've broken out from this level, would I long here? Absolutely not. This could retrace and then get a higher low and bounce. So this is really not a level to long after this breakout, right? Since we were forming this movement to the downside yesterday on the lower time frames, right? And this was shown across multiple charts, bump and run season to happen in the next couple of days. Lower high resistance, bump phase, two scenarios, form a higher low and bounce, or test the lows and form that double bottom and get the breakout. Of course, now we could retrace and move higher, or it could continue to the upside, right? But the moment to pay attention was on yesterday's stream based on the bump and run, based on the analysis. And I'll be going through the different opportunities right now, guys. So make sure to stay tuned, because I will be going through several altcoins and explaining this movement that was basically talked about yesterday. So, I mean, we had over 1,600 people watching the stream yesterday. So I am sure many of you did take advantage of this scenario, right? Realizing the technical analysis that was mentioned yesterday. Anybody? We talked about Cadena, ICP, Avalanche. We talked about a couple of altcoins throughout the stream. If you are not involved already, we have multiple exchanges down below in the description. There's Bybit, there's 𝗬𝗫𝗃𝗍, there is Weeks. Weeks has to be one of the biggest in liquidity, and they do have a $20,000 deposit bonus. You can trade all of those altcoins that are mentioned in today's stream on Weeks, guys. And just with an email and a password, you can sign up in minutes. Take advantage of Weeks. You just need an email and a password to sign up, okay? Take advantage of that deposit bonus. You will only find that with my link. Let's go right away and continue with the analysis. Just kind of a follow through, and then we can do some altcoins. Then we can go through some news, some interesting news that is going on, guys, that we can take a look at. But we are technical analysts, right? We'll leave that later on the stream. Let's focus on, hey, what did this dude talk about yesterday? What does this dude talk about yesterday, right? And, you know, how could we, you know, take an action? We can start off with ICP. We can start off with Cadena. And I was mentioning that this is going to happen across multiple altcoins, especially the high cap, mid cap coins. The analysis is very similar, guys. Everything pumps together, everything but dumps together, right? and the analysis levels are very, very similar. So you can actually apply what I've been talking about throughout, the last few days, even yesterday, right? Mainly yesterday throughout the altcoins, and pull out the chart on a different altcoin, and you will see the similarities, right? From the crash, from the pump, from the rejection, from Fibonacci, from Elliot wave, right? You can actually apply that on the different altcoins. So what we talked about yesterday in the case of Kadena was, hey, let's just realize that, I am surprised, but this does happen. March highs were not hit. I bought a huge bag of spot Kadena down at the 60-70 cent zone. I DCA'd aggressively right there on ICP, on Constellation DAG, on lots of them in November, beginning of November, before we got the pump, okay? Anybody that's a legit follower knows that we stacked up on spot before the breakout. I mean, this pullback is just a little walk in the park, right? The bounce is going to happen, not to worry. We ain't panic selling. Of course we're not panic selling, because we are in still pretty significant profits from the spot bags that we've been buying late October, beginning of November, before we broke out, right? When you go throughout multiple of the streams that were mentioned, I mean, I am sorry for the new subscribers, but we talk about opportunities every single day here, right? Just like yesterday, we talked about the bump and run season. We talked about the double bottom. Hey, this is kind of happening on a lot of coins, almost testing the lows. You can get into a small position, low leverage, be ready for that reversal sign. We are bouncing, legends, right? So it's all about detecting and managing risk. You are here to continue the journey with me, and if you stay long enough and understand what I'm talking about, you're going to see the results, right? Yeah, it's just inevitable. We can go to back yesterday's stream and talk about the bump and run season, right? How we talked about the bump and run season, with or without a double bottom. Well, anyway, we're getting Bitcoin attempting to breaking out here. This is why, was not too interested in this short, like explained. You could have had an attempt. I would be out of that. To be honest. Could it reject from here? I'm still not liking it. I still prefer higher, as explained at the beginning of the stream. So sitting on hands here, not interested in short. If we do get an epic rejection from this point, then I would consider the potential of rolling down. If we do get a solid rejection from here, then the bounce could be interesting. Then the bounce could be interesting for a back test and a roll back down. But as we're not rejecting and we're moving higher, then higher we go. So let's continue here with the, you have to love trading, guys. You have to love technical analysis. Technical analysis has been for me, I really love doing the analysis, because I have to be honest, if you're a legit follower, most of the times what we talk about and the levels and the projections that we talk about, most of the times it plays out. And we have previous videos and live streams, to go through what was mentioned, right? It's pretty epic, right? Once you have the, experience from many years and you have the passion, such as myself, you're just going to dominate the market, guys. You're going to dominate the market. And I know a lot of people have questions. They take longer in learning, right? I cannot stress this enough. You have the modules to learn how to trade the levels on different assets, crypto assets, down below, guys. This is the motorway to fast learning. You have the modules and you have the Discord community, myself and the rest of the coaches providing the different analysis and guidance every single day on the different scenarios. Check out the Legends Trading community. That is where we give the power. That is where you have the modules to learn, guys. You need to have passion in technical analysis to dominate the market. If you're relying on me or anybody else on Twitter or on YouTube, yeah, you're going to learn without a doubt, okay? You are going to learn, but if you want the fast path, you need to go through the modules eventually, right? Go through the learning curve on how to read the market and the levels and the analysis and understand, you know, why I'm not interested in a short position here, right? And why I would be more interested in this zone that we're probably going to hit throughout the stream. And then we'll take action depending on that reaction. So let's go through. Guys, can't stress it enough, okay? If you want the fast path, you got the Legends trading community. It's the first link down below. You have the modules going from basics to advanced, and you have the Discord to answer all of your questions. Let's go through the rest of analysis. Let's go through Kadena, and I will go through the comment section right away because, yes, I know there's a lot of altcoins, but like I mentioned, how many altcoins are bouncing today? How many altcoins are kind of formed a double bottom or a slightly higher low based on the analysis yesterday? And we mentioned the high chance that this was going to happen on most of the high cap coins, right? So we don't have to pull 20 charts or 30 charts on the stream. Many are going to form this double bottom formation, or they're going to form a higher low and they're going to have an attempt in going to higher levels. Please understand that this bounce that is happening throughout multiple of the altcoins could retrace down. Okay, it's extremely important. I mean, this is not a level to long. The level to long yesterday was mentioned, right? So you can have a good position. You could have good risk management. Long in here, this breakout, just realizing that Bitcoin could reject after this pump, you know, heading to 99 to 100K zone. It's a rejection zone. Altcoins will get that rejection as well. Okay, so this is not going to be a zone to hype, you know, jump into a long position, even though continuation is very possible. It's just based on risk management, right? Where to put stop? Are you going to add to position? What if it rolls down and tests the lows here, right? We know the strategy based on yesterday. Regarding these altcoins, let's go to the higher time frame and just make you understand on the higher time frame, why is this a pullback in the middle of the bull market? Most of the altcoins apply this analysis. This analysis that I'm going to do right now on the higher time frame applies for ICP as well. P does have the same analysis. It has the same analysis. So we'll be going through that. We don't need to jump in on every single altcoin. It applies on most of them, not all of them eventually, but most of them, especially the high cap, mid cap coins. So let's try and understand a little bit here with you, the viewer. I know a lot of people that are very new to technical analysis. They're probably going to drop off because we're going to go a little bit techie here, a little bit, go with a little bit more advanced stuff. The ones that have followed for many months or even weeks will kind of pick up. From the lows created here, okay, we just need to go to the lows from 2024. When we do take a look at the low that was created in August, trying and understand how the market moved up here, we only formed a three-wave structure. This is not a corrective structure, in my opinion. This is likely going to test March highs and even go to higher levels in the next coming weeks, right? Even couple of months. This is not going to happen in 1-2 days. Eventually, this is the daily time frame. This is the daily candlestick. So, but just so you understand how this zone has to be the bottom formation in the case of Kadena, around about the $1.10, right? $1.20, right? Give or take. We've given a bit of a space here. It's not an exact level, but the main reason why is Kadena moved up in an expanding move here, moved down in a zigzag. So from the high created here in September to the lows of November, for me, it's enough. We got a zigzag move down here before we rocketed. With this rocket move, I can only see 1, consolidation, 2, 3, consolidation 4, and 5 to the upside. This is a third wave. Now, what I am in doubt of, okay, ever so slightly, is that this bounce right over here will come back down and test the lows. That is something that I'm slightly in doubt. This is why this zone is to build a swing long position with very low leverage and very low capital. This is a boring, we don't usually talk about swing trades, but now is the moment to do so, right? When it's the moment, we will talk about it. When it's not the moment, we won't. So now is the moment to, yeah, this is the pullback that we've been waiting for the last week, right? We're going to get a pullback of 20-30% on altcoins. It's happened. You know, we take action from yesterday and giving that possible swing long strategy. Now, there is only one thing here that I am concerned about throughout multiple altcoins, right? That this movement to the downside could have been just one wave. There is a possibility in counting this as a zigzag also throughout other altcoins. However, there is the potential of forming a zigzag move here, test the lows. I wouldn't expect it to go much lower, form that kind of wedgie structure in the next coming days. This is going to take days potentially to develop. If not, go all the way up and get a massive recovery also and just test the highs. We're just realizing that this is the zone that it needs to bounce from. Whether it comes back down and tests it, or it actually goes up in the next coming days to test the highs from last week. It doesn't matter. The highest probability is up. So this is why low leverage, low capital, build up a position. Even if the lows are tested, be ready to that buildup of the position. If you create a kind of a double bottom, right, or that wedgie structure, you get ready for the breakout in the next coming days after this is, you know, this has moved, this has developed, right? Understanding why this should hold this range, understanding why this area should be held nicely. When we do take a look at this zigzag, and this has only been a one wave to the upside in a third wave, and we understand this zigzag structure, when we take a look at Fibonacci from the lows to the highs, we have retraced to the 50% Fibonacci. That is where we are getting that bounce pretty nicely. We got an epic bounce at 50% here on Cardano at the $1.20, already moving, you know, about 30% in the last 24 hours. This is kind of the common fourth wave zone. This is very common for the fourth wave. What is not common, and it's actually an invalidation, is that we do go to the golden pocket. So even though if we do get that dead cat bounce here, if we test the lows in the coming days from that flash crash created on Monday, if it does happen, this is the zone where I will be ready. And this is throughout multiple altcoins, guys. The movements are going to be very similar throughout the altcoins. The high cap coin ones, the high cap ones, okay? This is going to be your guidance for the zigzag, wedgie structure, you name it. It doesn't matter. Not overlapping this pivot. This is like the last line in the sand that needs to hold and needs to create a swing failure pattern. If this gets a reaction, if we were to get down there after the dead cat bounce in the coming days, I'm very much aware that we could just grind up here to the highs. This is also an option. It doesn't matter. We were looking for longs, swing longs yesterday. Okay, so we are bouncing right now. I wouldn't FOMO in just in case we form a three-wave structure on the higher time frames after this dead cat bounce, because it is possible. But I would be extremely interested in that swing long. So what you need to do is get ready on the lows of the dead cat bounce. That is if you did not hop in the trade yesterday. I don't want to pull out the stream yesterday, guys, but if you do, go and check out yesterday's stream. If you check out yesterday's stream, it was swing long zone. This is already activating swing long opportunities. So you can check out yesterday's stream, not making this up. There's no sugarcoating here. So what I am aware of, guys, is that we have moved in a one wavy, okay? You can kind of count a bit of a zigzag structure here. You can count a three-wave structure. It would be a little bit shallow in timing compared to this corrective structure that happened throughout September to November. I mean, this only happened in less than a week, right? So from the highs. just being aware of this bounce not reaching the high. This is why I would never long the bounce unless I'm in the long already from the flash crash yesterday. Just being aware that Bitcoin could be ranging. It could drop another few $1,000s after this bounce, after attempting hitting 99, 100K. It could come down to 95K again, 94K, right? Dropping $4,000, $5,000, $6,000. That's going to affect the altcoin market without a doubt. So, and it would just complete the zigzag structure, right? Test the lows again, form that wedgie, classic wedgie structure. You know, that's what usually happens, right? When we do zoom in on this wave that happened throughout September, and November, it's a bit of a wedgie structure, right? It's a bit of a wedgie structure when you do take a look at this. You get the movement to the downside, you get the bounce, and then you come down and test the lows and you create that double bottom. Now, this is what I am aware of this dead cat bounce coming back down and testing the lows to form a larger three-wave structure. And the main reason why this is possible is because this movement that happened in November happened very fast. And the first big corrective move that has happened was just this week on Monday, right? This is the first big major pullback that we've had since November's rally. And here is when timing comes into consideration, right? We all want the bull run to continue. We all want the moon, but it takes time and we have corrections in the process. As we do analyze the low from 2024 in the case of Kadena, this can be applied on multiple coins, guys. This is why we don't need to analyze every single high cap coin. Lots of them they move very similar, and the waves and Fibonacci apply the same. There might be a slight difference. One did hit the 50, one did hit the 382, right? Maybe a slight difference based on Fibonacci levels, but very similar. They do rhyme together, right? Most of the coins pump when they pump. Most of the coins dump when they dump, right? This is why when we go to CoinGecko or we go to see, the market, you see everything red or you see everything green. You rarely see half green, half red, right? It's either everybody or nobody in regarding altcoins, right? You might see some meme coins doing their own thing, right? This is what happens. But understanding the timing is, why is there a possibility that this dead cat bounce could come back down to the lows, test them, form that wedgie structure, and then get the breakout entering into 2025, right? Or Q1 of 2025, right? Still getting December a little bit bearish. The main reason why this is possible is because of the timing of the second wave. The timing of the second wave is much longer. I mean, if this flash crash were to be the wave 4, which it could have done, I'm not saying that this cannot V-shape in the coming days, right, with very small pullbacks and go up to the highs, because it could. We've already retraced, but the timing gives us a possibility regarding the timing of the waves, which is very important. The timing of the waves could give us that potential that maybe you form a lower high and then you test the lows one more time in the next coming days before you get the rally and the breakout of the wedge, right? You got a wedge right there as well throughout September and November. So it's crucial to understand this, guys. I wouldn't be scared. I would see it as a massive opportunity. If we get that pullback and we get that zigzag throughout multiple altcoins, testing the lows, right, might dip 5% below the lows created on Monday. It will be the opportunity zone. Not to get scared on that retest of the lows, because it will likely double bottom. And we need to see that double bottom. The moment you come down and you recover and maintain that low as support, this is your golden ticket to make insane gains in the next coming weeks. That is if you didn't enter already with a small position yesterday, right? Because we were talking about the strategy yesterday. It is activated, buying the dip, getting ready for those long setups. You can check out yesterday's stream, guys, right? Anybody that wasn't on the stream yesterday, we were very much aware of, bump and run season, right? Bump and run season where you get the breakout. This doesn't mean that we cannot retest that trend, right? And test the lows. We want to basically get in at the lowest level possible, right? Which was this zone over here. When we do compare the timing, also, right, there's several ways. We've hit the target zones for that wave 4. When we do take out the timing, this is what is disturbing, right? This is why I do think that there is a chance that this bounce could top out and we could test the lows again. Not only the wave 2 timing, when we take a look at Fibonacci time tool right over here, right, the 5th tab, trend-based fib time, taking a look at the top of the wave 2 to the end of the wave 2, and when we go to the top of the wave 3, right, we haven't even hit the 382 timing. And we haven't, 1-to-1 would be in January, the 23rd, 22nd of January, if we want this wave 4 to be the same timing as the wave 2, which would be very common. Even wave 4s are longer than the second wave. So a little bit skeptical. Could we form a flat as well, test the highs and test the lows? Well, yeah, that is massive speculation, of course. But just because of the timing. Also, when we do take a look at the wave 3, most importantly, you do want to cross the 382 Fibonacci time from the low of the impulse to the high of the impulse. This is extremely shallow in time, not even crossing the 382, which would be a minimum crossing timing level, right? Fibonacci level, which would be on the 19th of December, right? 20th, 19th of December. In the case of Cadena, right? This can be applied throughout all the altcoins as well. So it would be extremely rare that if the price bounces here and V-shapes, right, in the next coming days and starts breaking the highs, if that were to be the case, I would consider a flat for a lot of the altcoins and then get the rally entering into 2025. Just because of the timing, right? Massive third wave in November, big flash crash in less than a week. Would be surprised. I'm interested in longs regardless at the lows. Swing longs, low leverage, 3-4x leverage, right, in the case of most of the altcoins. But I'm just aware that this bounce could be a dead cat bounce, so we can form a zigzag and then get the rally entering into 2025, right? Just be aware of that scenario. Something that I wanted to point out, and this does apply throughout multiple different altcoins. Now, we should not break down successfully in the case of ICP. I mean, worst case scenario that I do see on ICP to maintain the bullish market structure based on Elliott wave is testing the lows and not much further away from the lows, because when we mentioned ICP yesterday, we talked about the low created here in 2024 regarding a wave 1, wave 2, an expanding wave here, another 1, 2 right there, 3, 4, 5. The main reason ICP cannot dip below this zone where we currently hit, it's kind of hitting the limit zone, is because we cannot overlap this pivot if we want to continue with an impulse, right? This pivot high at $10 and even hitting the golden pocket is your invalidation. The moment you start coming down here, it ain't going to be looking too great. Of course, we can be speculating on an expanding move, right? That could be a scenario, but then the impulse to the upside loses steam, and I would be very skeptical on a lot of the altcoins going to their previous all-time high, even trying to go to higher levels. We'll go through this once we cross down if we do so, okay? ICP is at the lowest level possible regarding Fibonacci and Elliott wave theory, which is the 50% if we are considering this a fourth wave. So we get back above the highs here, maybe get an explosive breakout in the coming days. The timing is not looking too great. It would be too fast Like I mentioned, there could be a lower high scenario, but it's bump and run season. Bump and run season, ICP almost creating that double bottom. This red box area was already considering the swing long positions being activated. Now that we've gone through this, we can go through the altcoins from the people, okay? We can go through the altcoins. Anybody that did not watch yesterday's stream, we talked about the levels. We talked about the swing longs being activated. We talked about the possibility in testing the lows again for that double bottom. Anybody that enjoyed yesterday's stream, make sure to destroy the like button. We are going to be going through the altcoins right now inside of the comment section. So make sure to start dropping those altcoins. Can you check Illuvium, please? Andy says, Carl. Okay, Illuvium will be one of them. We have him here, my guys. Oh my goodness, I can't believe it. We do have 𝗤𝗫 here in the comment section. If you haven't checked out 𝗤𝗫, okay, which has opened a channel not long ago, but it provides insane news, different degen altcoin opportunities. He is here right now in the comment section, guys. Go and check him out. If you haven't already, subscribe, share some support. If you want degen altcoins, news, opportunities, ecosystem, different opportunities on different ecosystems, guys, go and check him out, 𝗤𝗫. He is in the pinned comment. Shout out to you, my man. Go and check him out, guys. Andy, take a look at 𝗕𝗏𝗽, says 𝗤𝗫. We can take a look at 𝗕𝗏𝗽 right away. Make sure to drop off your altcoins down below, guys, or down on the side in the comment section, because we'll be going through them. How many likes we do have here, first of all? Because I need that like button to be hyped up, right? We cannot talk about... We need to get to 500 likes, guys. And now it is time for your altcoins. So I want you to start dropping them off. We're going to be taking a look at 3, 4, 5 altcoins from the community, maybe 6 or 7, right? So make sure to drop them off, okay? If you want to trade those altcoins, remember, we do have the exchanges, guys. There's multiple exchanges where I trade on. You have Weeks, which has an incredible bonus. And just with an email and a password, you can sign up in minutes, guys. Sign up right away with the link down below, okay? Weeks, just with an email and a password, you are signing up, and there's hundreds of altcoins that you can trade there, especially the ones that we talk about here. ICP, Cardano, talking about that strategy yesterday, the bump and run, build up a swing long. This is the moment, guys, not to panic with this pullback in the bull run. Right, thanks for the best explanations and amazing trading plans, as Moss says. Woo! There we go. Thanks for the super chat, and thanks for that kind, legit comment, right? This is absolutely epic. Let's get those likes to 500, and it is time for your altcoin legends. Make sure to start dropping them off, because we are going to be looking at the opportunities. Elliott wave theory, Fibonacci confluence levels. Let's go. First of all, 500 likes, and I am back. Let's go. Today, it's been not that good with the like button. I don't know what's going on. Is it working? Is the like button working, guys? Let me know right away, because I am worried. I am worried that the like button is not working for you guys. Come on, legends. Let's get to 500. We're going to be taking a look at your altcoins right away in the comment section as soon as we cross 500 likes. I'm going to keep it nice, short, and sweet, going basic analysis, understanding the waves, and understanding where the opportunities lie. This is the channel to be into, guys, right? Let's go. Philip, working, my man. It is. There we go. We got the 500 likes. Let's continue through comment section. We got Dogecoin. Woo, we got so many altcoins here. HBAR. Let's go right away. 𝗤𝗫 was saying 𝗕𝗏𝗽. So let's go with 𝗤𝗫 right away. If you haven't checked him out, guys, he's in the pinned comment. You want to go and check out this dude. Latest news, latest degen coins. Check out CBM. He's in the pinned comment. Share some love. You're going to enjoy his channel because he basically goes through more news, a little bit of technical analysis, not that much. Technical analysis is done here, but he goes through different projects and where some opportunities could lie in this crypto bull run. Let's go. Time for altcoins. He was saying 𝗬𝗏𝗽. Let's take a look at 𝗬𝗏𝗽 right away. Why not? 𝗬𝗏𝗬𝗏𝗽. Let's go. Who was scared with the dip? Who was scared with the dip? I mean, I had some, you know, major cryptos that were insane profits. We've been buying 𝗬𝗏 network. You know, my 𝗬𝗏 profits were really going through the drain. Over $10,000 in profit with the dip. Disappeared. They didn't disappear. They're unrealized. Also, ICP. Got a bunch of ICP here as well. That, you know, basically, I was down in profits by 30,000. You know, many altcoins, you get that dip. You're like, oh, you know, that was a shame, right? That was a shame. But we're holding strong. We are holding strong. ICP recovering right now. Profits are coming back. Let's go. We'll be taking a look at those altcoins. Let's go right away, legends. Let's go right away. ICP getting a pretty nice bounce, I have to say. Pretty nice bounce in the last 24 hours. It's time for other altcoins. Let's take a look at 𝗬𝗏𝗽, which performed extremely well. 𝗬𝗏𝗽 did perform extremely well throughout the last few weeks. Even almost testing the highs right there. Oh, we got a random trend line here. I don't know where that came from. But, yeah, I like 𝗬𝗏𝗽. I like 𝗬𝗏𝗽's chart. My goodness. Nice, beautiful range throughout the summer, right? So many moved very similar. You got an inverted head and shoulder right there with a descending neckline. Kind of a humpback Notre Dame inverted head and shoulder, right? A little bit dodgy, but nevertheless, this was a clear accumulation zone, and we got that breakout. So, breakout, you would arguably discuss, hit the target, right? The classic inverted head and shoulder target, get the pole. Yeah, we hit the target. So, you know, right now, we need to try and understand, does this have more steam to go to the upside? And I have to say, yes, of course it does. This has to be one of the most important meme coins that has, you know, it's already an ecosystem. 𝗬𝗏𝗽 has to be one of the strongest out there. It did start off with a meme coin, and now it has all sorts. It is a strong community, and I would expect this one to reach the highs here from the rally created back in, you know, March, June, right there, getting another spike. Main reason why? Nice consolidation. We need to understand how we've moved up here from the low, right? I'm not going to do analysis from the last couple of years. Let's forget about that. Let's understand that we are in bull market and that we are analyzing the uptrend waves, right? Very clearly an uptrend here in Q1. Nice, clear retracement and already getting that initial legs here to the upside throughout the last 1 to 2 months. So understanding this movement to the upside, we got a double 1-2 right there, right? Pretty obvious. It's kind of pretty obvious for me that this is a double 1-2. We created that third wave already. However, inside of the second 1, 2, 3, 4, we haven't created a fifth wave. We just formed a little bit of a zigzag, a flat structure. I mean, this can be considered a flat. Why can it be considered a flat? Are you smoking crack? What are you talking about? Well, we have from this high to the low, the movement here to the upside hitting the 0.88, right? The 0.9 if you wish. Fibonacci. This could be considered a flat area. Could this be a running flat? Preferably in a flat, you do take out the lows, right, from A wave. So will we bounce here on 𝗬𝗏𝗽? Will we bounce here from 𝗬𝗏𝗽? Could it be a running flat and the price just recovers? I have to say, there is a chance. There is a chance. Preferably you do take out that low. If 𝗬𝗏𝗽 takes out that low right over here from the 26th of November, it is the golden ticket, guys. It's the golden ticket for that flat. Boom, boom, boom. Or a wedgie structure or a channel, whatever you want. It is the golden ticket. So I would be setting some alerts. I'm going to set some alerts myself just in case, because I'm not analyzing the coins here and I'm interested in a trading setup here and you're going to trade it and I'm not. No, I'm going to trade it as well. So I'm going to explain the strategy here behind 𝗬𝗏𝗽, okay? We are looking for swing trades right now. Spot accumulation has finished. We need to trade them, right? We've been buying at rock bottom levels. The profits that we're having throughout the coins that were mentioned on October, November, before the pump, is epic. We went through a couple of dozen altcoins, and I don't have more than 30 altcoins, guys. I don't have 100 altcoins in my portfolio. I only talked about the ones that I was buying and that I am buying. Some of them in the red from the last week, okay, such as 𝗖𝗿𝘆𝗽𝗍, but I do expect that to recover in this bull run, okay? Just hold on some unrealized losses. But the big ones, we've been buying at rock bottom levels, right? We can go through them. You know, we were talking about Constellation DAG, Cadena, Illuvium, so ICP at the $9, $10. I mean, ICP, you know, didn't quite, we almost came down to the entry zone yesterday. But overall, buying at very solid levels. So yeah, spot buying has finished. When we spot buy here on the channel, we buy the bottom. We buy the bottom, legends, right? Now, regarding spot buys, not interested. Now I'm interested in leverage trading, right? Now I'm interested in trading the waves. So let's go to 𝗬𝗂𝗿𝗄. That, by the way, I'm going to explain this trading setup, and it's just a matter of being patient, okay? It could reverse from here already and get the bounce. We are holding quite nicely this resistance as support. You know, this is where we've been getting these bounces throughout the last week. It would be nice to take out that low. Take that low from last week. Take it. Just take it already. There is a chance. There is a chance, because I think Bitcoin's going to be rangy. Bitcoin will not be going to all-time high today or tomorrow. Let's just wait a minute, guys, because we did get the news out. Inflation is 2.7 as expected. Forecast was 2.7. The news happened 30 minutes ago and we didn't even notice. The price is slowly grinding to the upside, so it seems like there's no volatility happening throughout the stock market. Oh, stock market actually got a move up. So inflation was slightly higher. Stock market is moving up. Gives a little bit more confidence for the investors. So we did get a move up here with the news on the stock market. Bitcoin and crypto is getting a little bit of, you know, continuation with the bounce. We didn't even notice the volatility. If I would have seen a bit of volatility on Bitcoin, then I would have switched, saying, okay guys, we got the news. But we didn't even feel that inflation rate. It was basically as the forecast was suggesting. So let's go through 𝗬𝗂𝗍𝗄. Missed out on the news. Let's go through 𝗬𝗂𝗍𝗄 right away, guys, because there is a potential setup here that I would be very much interested in if we do get that movement down to retest the lows. And it all has an explanation. Every single trading setup has an explanation here. 𝗬𝗬𝗄𝗏, you know, we got this potential double 1-2 scenario, third wave right there. And the third wave, as we're forming this fourth wave, that could be a flat. It could be a running flat. It could have ended up here with that movement down yesterday, okay, between Monday and Tuesday. Already hitting the common fourth wave target zone, which is the 382 to the 50%. We are getting supported from this resistance support flip. It would be nice. This could have ended here. It could have ended with this drop. But it would be nice. If you did not long yesterday, I have to say, I wouldn't long in the middle of this bounce or short or do anything, me personally. So I've got some alerts set here at the lows. I mean, I'm in a few trades already and I don't mind not trading this, but it would be a trading plan to get ready for. Let's smash up the like button, get to 600 likes, legends. We are talking about the setups and how the market moves and where the opportunities lie. Okay, I know you want to trade today. I know you want to get into a long now or a short now. It is not possible. We need to analyze and plan the trade and look for the best level of entry. If you did not long yesterday, based on my analysis on, you know, guys, we should be bottoming out here. We might test the lows. We might bounce. We're looking for a bump and run scenario. I've longed a few coins, ones that were mentioned yesterday. You get the deal. We can't long 100 altcoins, right? But based on this analysis, there is a reason to believe that we could finish here and bounce and go back to the highs of last week, because we've had a double 1-2 right there and we formed the third wave, very explosive, very common. And right now, this is corrective. Whatever happens here, there is extreme high probability that the highs are going to be taken in the next coming weeks, if not days, because this is corrective, right? If you want to get into a baby swing long position, with good risk, low leverage, I mean, that's all on you guys. I'm going to explain my strategy and what I'm going to do if we do hit those levels, right? If we do get that leg down. Realizing that we've hit already 382 and 50% and that we formed a possible running flat, very uncommon, but it's possible that this could suddenly bounce in the coming days and hit the highs. There is two scenarios. We bounce successfully here in the coming days and claim the highs of last week on 𝗬𝗂𝗍𝗍 at the 2.9. We are currently at 2.3. Or we actually form a lower high and come and wick down beneath these lows. This is going to be the golden ticket. Only if the price wicks and gets back above. The wick is going to be your stop loss. Your entry zone is going to be the recovery of the lows. That is when you realize that you potentially formed a regular flat here and that the price will recover. This is extremely corrective. Like I mentioned, there's two scenarios to happen here that have extreme high probability. And this one has very low probability. Bear market, we're going down back to the lows. Very low probability that that could happen based on this structure that we formed throughout the last couple of weeks. So we got that running flat finished, go back to the highs, or we have the unfinished flat that is going to come back down and claim the lows and form that, you know, channel-y structure, right? Zigzag. Right, flat structure because we already hit the 0.9, or even a flat, it's a lower high, even a zigzag, sorry. This is going to be the golden ticket zone. Okay, I will be ready if the price in the coming days forms a dead cat bounce, right, and comes down and tests the lows. I will be ready for that SFP. If we break down, I will not long here. If we break down successfully from the lows created last week at the 2.1, right? I will not long anything here. I need the price to wick down, get back above. Then I got the confirmed zigzag structure, the confirmed four wave. You got 1, 2 in the first wave. Then you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You're looking for these highs to be taken in the next couple of weeks. That is if this does happen, right? That is if we do get that reaction. So alerts are set. I will be ready to get into that trading setup. If you are interested in trading, we have multiple platforms down below. You have Weeks as a great alternative from Bybit. Just with an email and a password, you're signing up in minutes, guys. And there's hundreds of altcoins. 𝗬𝗂𝗍𝗍 can be traded here on Weeks. Also buying on spot or leverage trading. Take advantage of the deposit bonus. And this has to be one of the highest liquid markets out there, guys. Weeks right now with that great bonus with the link down below. Bluffing is also great. Just with an email and a password, there's a 10,000 deposit bonus. Take advantage, guys, by signing up to those exchanges down below. Now, 𝗬𝗂𝗍𝗍, the trading plan is pretty simple. Highest probability to take out those highs from last week, regardless of whatever happens here. Okay, so we are looking for those highs to be taken. Buy some 𝗬𝗍𝗍𝗽 in a descending wedge structure. We got Aditya here with some altcoins. Let's go and take a look at this right away. 𝗬𝗍𝗍𝗽. What is 𝗬𝗍𝗍𝗽? Launchpad on the 𝗬𝗍𝗍𝗽 ecosystem. This is potentially, forming a large descending wedge. We know that 𝗬𝗍𝗍𝗽 ecosystem, 𝗬𝗍𝗍 has exploded, and it seems like 𝗬𝗍𝗍𝗽 ecosystem will explode as well. We've only seen a few altcoins from the 𝗬𝗍𝗍𝗽 ecosystem get some major rallies, and it seems like a lot of them are lagging behind. 𝗬𝗍𝗍pad, this has to be a launch pad on 𝗬𝗍𝗍𝗽. So we can take a look at 𝗬𝗍𝗍𝗽 because it seems like it's forming a gigantic descending wedge. Let's take a look at 𝗬𝗍𝗍𝗽 right away. Oh my goodness. This actually looks pretty damn epic. Wow, what a nasty double top right there that we did have in October. Nasty, nasty, nasty double top. But this move is extremely corrective, I have to say. Really, really, really nice wedgie structure. I mean, I would expect a higher low here to be formed because, I mean, this one was also a wedge, but the wedge was kind of never finishing, right? Could we have a never finishing wedge structure here? I wouldn't think so. I wouldn't think so just because we are in bull run and we're having the first major pullbacks, right? Big initial wave. I mean, this is a disbelief rally that happened throughout 23 and, you know, basically Q1 of 2024. It's the classic first early stages of the bull run and getting a retracement almost down to the lows. And this is where we were ready to buy multiple coins, such as Constellation DAG, Kadena, guys. This is the disbelief rally. We're going to pop. We're going to start entering into bull market phase. This is the last opportunity. I mean, we bought the best opportunity on multiple altcoins throughout October and November before the pump. Regarding spot buys. So I'm not worried about my spot portfolio because we just bought so low, guys. We bought so low. We kind of almost risk free. We either leave the market break even or we make insane gains in the coming months, right? Which is the very likely scenario. Regarding 𝗬𝗍𝗿, I have to say, this has to be the first initial wave. This is the first initial wave of the bull run ending 23, Q1 of 24, retracement Q2, Q3, Q4. We've seen the first leg up throughout multiple altcoins. Some of them are in the wave 3 already. This has to be pretty insane. Oh my goodness. Classic for a wave 2, retracing to the 7.8 to the 6.18. We just tapped the 7.8 to perfection, getting that bounce. My goodness, this looks pretty awesome. I would speculate that this is a first wave 1 and wave 2, and this is going to absolutely explode in the coming days. 𝗬𝗍𝗿 was a bit of a front runner in the bull run, okay? 𝗬𝗍𝗿 was one of the only coins that was actually pumping before any other altcoin, which is, yeah, you can see the rally here in September and October. Most of the coins rallied in November. Most of the coins rallied in November. 𝗬𝗍𝗿 ecosystem rallied in September, October. So 𝗬𝗍𝗿 is kind of the Ethereum killer, right? The Solana killer, right? In this case. So it's kind of front running, right? The 𝗬𝗍𝗿 and 𝗬𝗍𝗿 ecosystem, the rest of the altcoins, because they pumped in September, October instead of November, as most of them did. I absolutely love this zigzag move. You got a classic, I mean, you can count this to perfection regarding Elliot wave theory. Going from the lows of the corrective move in September of 24 of this year, wave 1, 2, wave 3, wave 4, wave 5. Holy moly, I need to go and check this out here, because I'm not sure if you can trade this one on Bybit. Potentially, yes. I'm sure it is available throughout multiple exchanges. You got 𝗬𝗫, CoinX, eventually you got, yeah, Gate.io, 𝗬𝗫, BingX KuCoin. 𝗬𝗍𝗿 looks absolutely insane because you do have a zigzag right there in this wedgie structure. My goodness, this has to be the low. This has to be the low, and you basically retraced already down here. There's a potential epic swing long trade here, but I mean, when I say epic, it's like super epic. This could be a massive pump. I mean, even regarding spot or a low leverage long position, and we're going to start getting some fib extension targets here. Invalidation is so low. I mean, this could be heading to the 34 cents in the next few months. It's a swing trade. This is the daily chart, so it's not going to happen today or tomorrow or next week. It's going to take time. It is going to take time. But my goodness, this, yeah, it's like a perfect count here, perfect wedge. This is going to pop. I would really consider buying up some of this. Even just to keep it simple, either on spot or a low leverage long position. We're talking about a 3x or so. But yeah, the extension move for this to be a wave 1, 2, 3, we're looking at 34 cents at a bare minimum in the coming months, if not weeks. Got a perfect count, a perfect zigzag, a perfect wedge. You got the initial pump here happening last week. The correction, holy moly, this could be the low. This could be the low. You can manage risk here like a machine. But we are looking at something like this. You just can risk peanuts here. You can really literally risk peanuts because the upside potential. Shout out to you, Aditya, in the comment section. One of the best moderators, one of the best TA guys out there. My goodness, this really does look epic. The count is perfect, especially from the low of the bear market of 2023. You got the initial disbelief rally, big corrective move. Wave 1, wave 2 on the larger scale. You got the first wave 1 and 2 from the third wave that is on the formation. My goodness, this looks epic. I mean, it is a high cap crypto, huh? No, it's a 5 million. Sorry, my bad. 5 million. 5 million. It's extremely low. I mean, if you're looking for that 10x potential, without a doubt, the low caps do have the opportunity. It is interesting. I have to take a look at this. Launching in the next Web3 unicorn. Basically, it's a launch pad from the 𝗖𝗿𝘆𝗽𝗍 ecosystem, if I'm not mistaken. But my goodness, this one is available on 𝗬𝗫, guys. 𝗖𝗿𝘆𝗽𝗍. I am considering, buying some of this on spot. I am considering buying some of this on spot, guys. Remember, on 𝗬𝗫, you do get an insane bonus, guys, down below of $20,000, okay? Check out 𝗬𝗫. But the chart looks amazing based on the analysis. Oh, my goodness. And 𝗖𝗍𝘆𝗽𝗍 is actually front-running the bull run. They're saying, it's the Ethereum Solana killer, and 𝗖𝗍𝘆𝗽𝗍 is going to really outperform in this bull run. It's like the ecosystem that you want to be in, right? And this is a low cap coin, I have to say. Very volatile, but when it moves, and this has to be a perfect analysis chart based on Elliott wave theory, based on the wedge. My goodness, there is seriously a very good opportunity here. We know when we break out and we create pumps, guys, we do not talk about the cryptos. We talk about them regarding a spot investment opportunity when we are at rock bottom formations, wedgie structures, selling pressure exhaustion, understanding where the corrective move could finish. When it pumps, we wait for retracements. We don't talk about them at all when they pump. Anybody that is talking about them in the comment section, and check out this altcoin, right? Such as Cardano XRP, when we were flying, I was like, I'm not interested in this. This has gone through the roof. I'm not interested. When we get the pullback, we can start considering those swing long opportunities, right? Just like we have been doing throughout yesterday. Guys, we got the pullback, we're buying. I'm explaining the trading setup. And this is what we do, guys. This is how we need to do it. Regarding this one, my goodness. Shout out to you, Aiden. I think this one could bring an insane spot buy opportunity. Let's take a look at Dino. Please take a look at Dino. Andy here says shall plays. Okay, we can take a look at that right away. Why not? Dino. What is Dino? Has to be a meme coin, right? There's a few dinos. Coding Dino, Dino Swap, Dino LFG. Yeah. I think we're not going to take a look at this because, this is a 2 million market cap. The chart looks, I don't know, there's many dinos, okay? So we need to go a little bit more specific. Please take a look at Peanut. Peanut, another one that went through the roof that we are really not that interested in taking a look at, okay? I need to save this one because I would really consider scooping up some of this. My goodness. 𝗖𝗍𝘆𝗽𝗍 ecosystem. Let's take a look at Peanut. I mean, Peanut, same thing, guys. I don't see, I mean, because it has had a pullback, maybe we can consider Peanut. Yeah, it's forming a little bit of a wedgie. Oh, we just tested the lows. We did test the lows. So, I mean, this is part of, you know, a strategy right there where we're looking a bit for a descending wedgie double bottom formation. It already happened throughout yesterday. I mean, we can't take a look at all of them. Could it retest those lows? I don't know, but these lows, these double bottoms are the ones that you want to get in. If you don't double bottom here, you're looking for another double bottom here. Okay. So, yeah, the chance was yesterday here, really. Peanut is a relatively new coin driven by a large community. It might just fade out, though, guys. This is the problem with, you know, the news, right? Peanut was a squirrel in the US that a police officer shot because somebody had it in its home and, you know, all of this nonsense, and it created a massive community. These community-driven meme coins can really fade off, okay? They can really fade, guys. This is like a hype of a few weeks. Or it might be a few months. It might recover. But you want to be cautious with these driven, you know, meme coins by communities, okay? And let's smash up that like button, legends. If you enjoy the show, we're looking at cryptos, opportunities, setups, understanding the technical analysis as always. I need that like button to get above 600 likes right away. And let's go through the next altcoin. Crow. Let's take a look at Crow. ID US dollar tether. 10,000%, says Theo. Andy, that's not full chart. Peanut pumped already. Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know it's not the full chart. And Peanut already pumped a lot since the launch. Okay, we're just pulling out a few charts here. Let's take a look. How many? We've got so many. 𝗕𝗏 can be interesting. 𝗕𝗏 is a mid-cap coin, very solid project. We can take a look at 𝗕𝗏 right away. Why not? What's 𝗕𝗏 doing? Let's take a look at 𝗕𝗏 on the chart. Got the pullback. Interesting, very interesting. What a beautiful inverted head and shoulder formed throughout the last few months. Opportunity zone was here in October, November, without a doubt. We did spot that right shoulder throughout many altcoins. 𝗕𝗏 was one of them. 𝗕𝗏 was the last chance here. This was the last video mentioned on 𝗕𝗏, saying, guys, we didn't talk about 𝗕𝗏 anymore here, only enjoying the pump. But the last buying opportunity on 𝗕𝗏, we did spot the right shoulder. We did spot the right shoulder of this inverted, you know, descending neckline. This was the moment to buy. This was the last video to say get in now or don't get in at all regarding spot buys. It did almost a 3x in 2 weeks, guys. It was absolutely awesome. Enjoying these predictions, of course. And in the case of 𝗕𝗏, well, yeah, we had this kind of a similar scenario. It happened throughout multiple altcoins. So take a look at 𝗕𝗏. From the rock bottom lows here created in August, I can clearly see double 1 2 here. 1 2 1 2. And now it applies on all of the altcoins, guys. I mean, the analysis is the same. Retracing to the 50% Fibonacci, kind of classic zone for your fourth wave. You got 1 2 1 2 3 4. You're looking here for this 50% Fibonacci, the 50 cent to 48 cent level, not hitting the golden pocket, to maintain as support for that epic recovery in the coming weeks. A double bottom is very much a possibility after the dead cat bounce. Bump and run scenario is also a possibility. But yeah, based on 𝗕𝗏 did form that double bottom that we mentioned yesterday. Dead cat bounce for the moment. Could it roll down, test the lows? Pay attention on that double bottom right there. We cannot drop much lower than this. This is the last line in the sand. If we do get the reaction, I wouldn't jump into longs like mentioned, guys. Longs were mentioned yesterday based on double bottoms. You got a great entry point. You got good risk management. Whoever's jumping into longs right now is risking the possibility of dead cat bounce, test the lows again. And I am expecting the lows to hold to then look for the recovery. But we need to hold for me to get into that trade. If we do not hold, there's no longs taken beneath this level. All right. If we do not double bottom. If we double bottom, I will add to the longs that I'm already in. If we do not double bottom, I'm out. It's simple to understand, maybe difficult to apply. Let's take a look at 𝗬𝗐. Thanks for the value, my man. 𝗬𝗆, you're very much welcome. Let's take a look at 𝗬𝗐 right away. What is Ordinals doing? A crypto in it runs on the Bitcoin blockchain, right? This one did get a nice dip here. Very interesting chart. It does look like it was going to reverse. I mean, it's still in that higher low structure, we have to say. Higher low support here very nicely, just getting a nice wick down here. This one also got a pretty decent dip. Woo, 40% dip. Lots of alts did 40% dip. This is a big dip in the bull run, but it's the opportunity zones, right? I mean, this was an extremely hyped up coin. This one did absolutely insane throughout the end of 2023. Absolutely crazy. This did over a 15x from the lows. Absolutely insane. Yeah, over a 20x. Absolutely crazy. Regarding opportunity on this one, let's see if this loads. I want to do check here. I do want to check. Already, I'm very sure it can be traded. Yeah, traded on Bybit. Remember, guys, Bybit, you get a great bonus down below, okay, in the description. You can trade Audi. You can trade it on weeks, also on Bluffing. Check out the bonuses, guys. You got $20,000 bonus on weeks. Just an email and a password, and you're signing up in minutes, okay? There's multiple exchanges such as Bluffing. 𝗬𝗫 is great as well. They got very low fees, and you also have Bybit for me is the #1, right? #1, but there's great alternatives based on signing up with an email and a password such as weeks or Bluffing, guys. Check out the bonuses down below. They are legit platforms. We do not talk about of no legit platforms. They're the ones to be in. Let's go through 𝗬𝗐 here right away and analyze this situation from the waves that we've, slowly been grinding up. From the low created here in August, I want to analyze how we moved up here. And we've moved up in an expanding move. Yeah, the low could be in. The low could be in on 𝗬𝗐. From the low, we formed a wave 1, wave 2, wave 3, wave 4, wave 5. In an expanding move. And here we have had a classic flat move. A, B, C. This has to very likely recover from this stage. I mean, could we consider a double bottom locally? Golden pocket is, oh my goodness. Golden pocket from the low of August to the high from last week is what is holding the price with the higher low support trend line. That's what's holding at the moment. This could be the low. It could be the low based on the flat, because you do have an expanding 5 wave and you do have a flat structure. So, and you're hitting the golden pocket for a wave 2, or wave 2, kind of the limit zone would be the 7/8 Fibonacci. So the worst case scenario is on 𝗬𝗐, you either bounce from here and this is the low, or it comes down and creates another movement down. And the main reason why I would be skeptical and see that as a possibility is, let's count the waves that have happened since the high of last week on 𝗬𝗐 here at $52. But this could be the low, or this could be the low. So take it with a grain of salt, manage risk accordingly. Let's analyze here the situation with the waves, because I mean, it could be an ending 5th wave right there, on the C wave, on an ABC flat, on the C wave, you want to see 5 waves as an impulse. So what could happen here is that you form the first wave 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and this is the bottom, double bottom yesterday. Or you can recover here to the highs, form a flat, get one more leg down, the final shakeout in this pullback, so you complete a 5-wave structure. Oh my goodness, guys, if you want to get ready for an epic trade, you want to set some alerts right there, which I will right away. Without a doubt. I mean, if it bounces from here, so be it. Maybe a low leverage swing long. We're talking about 2-3x here. When we say low leverage, it's 2-3x. It's not 10x. 10x on altcoins is high leverage, very high leverage. 2-3-4x max. Yeah, you can't. If you missed the bounce from yesterday, I would not rush in. I mean, if you want to try and scale in on the pullback with very low capital, low leverage, manage risk, there could be a scenario that you wick one more time below $30, and this would be the SFP level. This would be the SFP level. It would be great because then you'll be forming a 5-wave move here on that C wave on the flat since the bottom. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 expanding move, ABC flat, C wave, you want 5 waves. It either bottoms here or it bottoms below $30, sweeping up these lows, which is classic to sweep up the 4th wave on an ABC corrective move. Take it with a grain of salt, guys, but this is the bottom zone for ordinals. Let's go right away. Agent on base, agent layer, not AI, agent layer. Agent layer, what is this? What's agent layer? Let's take a look at this right away. Agent layer, AI fun, right? Agent fun, AI, what the heck? Agent fun, agent layer, AI agent, AI fun. Let's take a look at this one. My goodness. What is this? It's getting a bit of a bounce. Very choppy. I need a little bit more data here. I'm not sure if we got any other chart here that will provide some more data, but it's got an epic run throughout the last few months. Seems like a relatively new coin. Up 32% today. It has to be a low cap crypto. Yeah, not going to do analysis on this. Very volatile. It has to be a low cap crypto. 1, 2, 3. From the low to the high, ABC. This could be forming. Yeah, we're gonna skip this one. Dogecoin, Illuvium here for Carl. Let's take a look at Illuvium, and Carl has been asking for Illuvium here as well. Let's take a look at Illuvium. Illuvium getting a pretty significant dip here after going to $70. Illuvium has to be one of the most solid gaming projects in the crypto space. We've been talking about Illuvium since we were trading down here at $40 before this pop, right? We knew. I did add Illuvium to my portfolio here at the $40 range. Yeah, this one is scaling up here pretty nicely, just a pretty sharp pullback. What I'm a little bit skeptical here on Illuvium is that we could, I mean, from this low, because this was the low of basically of 2024, right? Yeah, regarding the counts here, this could have been a finished impulsive wave 1, so it's going to take a bit of time. What I am worried about is a dead cat bounce and a retest of the lows. In the case of Illuvium, just because we haven't got, this could be a finished structure in a wave 1, just because, yeah, you basically got 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 5. You got an impulsive move here, micro count. And this could be the wave 2, retracing to the 50% Fibonacci. I'm a little bit skeptical on this altcoin bounce. I mean, you can technically count this as a zigzag. You can technically count this as a zigzag. It would be very sharp, very quick in timing compared to the impulse. I like the idea of dead cat bounce, altcoins rolling back down, one more shakeout, test the lows, form that wedgie structure, and then pop out and then get into that third explosive wave in entering into 2025, right? Get the Santa rally, as they say, and get the massive leg up in this bull run, right, to continue. If you did not get in Illuvium yesterday, based on the analysis that was provided throughout multiple altcoins, based on the double bottom, based on the low leverage swing long position, then buying up this bounce is risky. You could form a zigzag and test the lows again, right? This ain't the moment to hype up into the long. The long was yesterday at these lows. Test the lows or look to enter here on the pullback on a higher low, 618, or the double bottom, low leverage. Be ready to scale in. Be ready for this scenario that has been mentioned, which is coming back down, testing the lows, forming that wedgie structure in the next coming days, and then get the epic rally, which is what we are expecting, okay? But there might be one shakeout, testing out the lows. Can you take a look at Turbo? I heard it just got listed on Coinbase. I think Turbo did very well the last few weeks. But yeah, what can we do? What can we talk about here on Turbo? Well, Turbo's almost at the highs. Hey. Got a nice breakout here last few days from this wedgie structure. Turbo's came all the way down and got a V-shaped recovery after the correction. Got listed on Coinbase. I mean, if you were interested on Turbo, this one did the bump and run pattern already, testing the highs, right? You got the bump phase from Monday, double bottom, breakout of the trend, continue to the upside, testing the highs, which is the target zone. So this we talked about yesterday. Take a look at many different cryptos, guys, and apply the bump and run, because a lot of them will form a higher low, almost testing the bottom. But this is the zone that you're interested in, buying the bottom. The breakouts can be risky because you could come down and correct and retest the trend, but some of them will break out and come up to the highs. But the buying zone here for Turbo, based on the analysis that was mentioned yesterday, guys, you can apply this throughout multiple altcoins. They move the same, almost the same, right? We were doing this analysis on ICP, on Cardano, and many other ones. We were talking about this yesterday, and basically yesterday we did not pull out Turbo, or we did, I can't remember, but we must have been trading somewhere in this area. And we're saying, guys, you either add to the position here, you get into a position, no stop loss, you're risking 0.5 to 1%, small amounts, look for the double bottom. If it does happen, you can add another 0.5, scale in a low leverage long position, 3-4x, and look for the breakout of the bump and run. And you got in a very good position with very good risk management. That was the strategy from yesterday. Right now, some are popping out. My suggestion is, if you didn't jump in yesterday, not a great moment to hype into the pump. If you haven't checked out yesterday's stream just for educational purposes, go and check it out, guys. I am going to wrap it up. Make sure to take advantage of those bonuses on the exchanges. You do have Bluffin, you do have Weeks. Just an email and a password, $20,000 deposit bonus. Links is down below. As you can see, there's hundreds of altcoins to trade here. Thank you very much. I hope you enjoyed today's stream. Let's see if we do go up there with the Bitcoin analysis. There is a rejection zone at the 100K level. Check it out, okay? At the beginning of the stream, we go through Bitcoin on the analysis. Thank you, and I will see you in the next one.